Well, hey everyone, this is Lance Piatt, founder of Rigging Lab Academy. Appreciate you guys being here. This is an honor to be a part of a revolution. A new vision is something that I've always been wanting to chase, and this is something that has been near and dear to my heart. Rigging Lab Academy started probably a number of years ago, and we started filming both with Reed Thorne and Pat Rhodes and a number of other well-known riggers in the industry. And redundancy was one of those things that always eluded us, so trying to figure out a way to bring video and hands-on training was always something that I wanted to do. And then bring a global hub and put that together was something that eluded me. Rigging Lab Academy finally kind of put all that together, and so here we are. And yeah.
Good. Tell us a little bit about the community aspect.
So the community aspect of Rigging Lab Academy is something that is ongoing. I'm going to be honest, I don't know a ton about the community because I only know of which I've been a part of in the last 20 years with gear sales, training, and that type of thing, North America. Being able to go to various parts of the world in Australia and Malaysia, Philippines, Mexico, Central America. Everybody has their own different thing of interest. They've got their own problems. They have their own solutions. A lot of people don't agree with certain things that people do, and it's been fun bringing together a group of people to discuss how they're going to do things, what makes sense, and just kind of working it out. So the community is friends and family, and working things out, making the world a safer place through the rigging process is one of those things that I've wanted to do for a long time. A lot of the things that I've done in the past has been regarded or built around the fire department, search and rescue groups, and which is probably going to be the biggest and largest initial group for the academy. But everybody has friends that they climb, they slackline, they dads put together systems in the backyard for their kids, and so it's an explosive and expansive industry, so it's going to be fun. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about in terms of the membership itself is, well, let me get into the contributors. One of the things that's going to make this thing hum is people talking about their passions, things that people don't normally think about as being important really are. And I mean, I've got a couple friends up in Portland who are incredible riggers who just don't think that they've got a lot to share because there's people sort of at the head of the line who have a lot more to say, and that's just not true. I want to encourage anyone and everyone who's got something to discuss in terms of moving something, raising, lowering, keeping something stationary. Everybody's got an answer to this, and everybody has a part to play in it. So I'm excited about hearing and listening and being a part of that. The other thing too, I want to encourage you guys to be a part of the membership. We're going to have an increase in membership at the beginning of the year, so I just want to encourage you folks to get your membership started, tell your friends as quickly as you can, and raise the elevation and the noise level, because it's probably going to go up here in the first part of the year. So let's take a look at the website. So the first thing we're going to look at here is the dashboard. And this is where you guys are going to find your profile. You're going to be able to upload your pictures and talk a little bit about yourself to the community. You'll get to know a little bit about the courses in the course library. In that currently right now, I believe we've got 11 mini courses and 3 larger courses. And the mini courses themselves are video-based and manual-driven. The larger courses themselves, which would be more akin to kind of a classroom setting, like rigging physics 1, 2, and 3 are the first 3 that we've actually been able to produce. Richard Delaney, founder of Rope Lab out of Australia, was kind enough to come out and get that going for us. And these courses are available for all paying members at about 50% discount. And going forward, we're hoping to get about 4 of these larger courses per year. So the next thing that we're going to look at here is the forum. And the forum is kind of an interesting collective mindset. It's where the community comes alive. You'll be able to join discussions, foster a sense of community through this, meet people that you would have really not ever had an opportunity to talk to before throughout all over the world. And in it, you basically just get into the forum, post to the forum, and just start a discussion. It's pretty easy. What else we got here? We've got, within the forum itself, we've got tactical learning. These articles are written by experts all over the rigging industry from all sorts of disciplines. And as you guys become more and more acquainted with it, you'll see people from climbing industry, entertainment riggers, arborists, industrial groups, law enforcement, I mean, people from all over the place. And we'll be updating this stuff regularly and looking forward to it. So, questions?
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Here we go. Man.
So first question is, how much are the mini courses, and if you're a member? They are, I believe they are $29 a piece if you're not a member. If you are a member, they're free. And how many are we planning on making per year? Great question. Our hope is to get somewhere between 12 to 15 for the year. We could possibly get double that. One of the things that we're really looking to try to do is get a lot. And we have ways to do that. We can kind of walk you through that. And essentially, you'd be producing your own in-house teaching videos, courses, and so that would match with the stuff that we're able to do in-house and possibly get as many as 30 for the year. But we're going to get as many as we possibly can. And so the next question is, what's the difference between a mini and a larger course? Size, really, and the depth. A mini course would be something along the lines of, a lot of you have seen some of the courses that we put out and put on whether YouTube or other platforms in the past years. Those are basically you'd have a course, you'd have your units and lessons. Units are going to be roughly around 3. Lessons within each unit are going to be around 5 to 8. And they're somewhere between 2 to 5 minutes apiece. Larger courses those are going to be something more academically minded, a lot more Q&A, a lot more involvement. If you've ever gone through an online course at a university or a high school or something like that, you've got grading processes and everything else. Gamification would be a process that would be included within the larger courses. What kind of courses are coming down the pipeline? This is exciting for me because we've got friends in the arbor industry. We've got a couple of those in the process right now. We've got an amazing slackline course that's in the process of being edited right now. Jason Fouts, who's a local, not just a slackline enthusiast, but I mean, he's a rigger and he's a propeller head, as Reed Thorne calls him. He's smart. And this is one of those courses that has actually changed the focus of how I see rigging and tensile forces and vector forces, and it blew my mind what these guys are putting out. So we've got those. We've got confined space courses. We've got some sailing stuff coming in too. We've been able to discuss with Harkin as an example, and to kind of bridge that whole sailing into that land, air, sea stuff that's going on. So we've got a lot of things going on there. Let's see here. Mark, you're asking, will there be a central listing of training courses that members are providing in person? Awesome question. Yes, we are going to be doing that. We're going to be posting these events. It's something that is not quite on the site yet, but will be. We're in the process of actually collaborating with a number of different leaders in the industry. And so yes, Mark, we are going to be doing that. If you have any other questions regarding anything that we're not hitting on today, you can always get a hold of me at info@rigginglabacademy.com. Let's see here, what else we got? If I wanted to get more involved in this program, how would I do that? And who would I get a hold of? One, what you're doing right now is that. Part of what you're referring to is what's called an affiliate program, and that's essentially where you are a huge part of building the tribe. You get a portion of the membership fee. I think it's roughly 50% of what comes in. So so that's one way you can get a kind of a revenue share. It's not really a revenue, but it's a percentage of the membership. The more you bring in, the more you get. So there's definitely a business side of that. When you say get more involved in the program, is there anything specifically that you're asking on that one? If you're discussing contributors, that would be awesome. So articles, blogs, if you've got a small business or a large business that you're looking to try to build, RLA is exactly what you would want as part of that. We would come alongside you to build what you've already got going. Your articles are not just helpful, but they ensure our success, but also it helps to ensure your success as well. So it goes both ways. Technical articles are what we're primarily looking for, although general administrative type articles are great for the general public, but technical is what we're really looking for. Are we going to be monitoring the forum? Yes, we are. So we want to make sure that in terms of the monitoring aspect, I talked to Richard Delaney about this a lot, and he has a lot of fun monitoring a lot of his forums with Rope Test Lab and things like that. And sometimes the the conversation can get askew, go awry, and so we want to look at it from that standpoint. Safety is always of primary importance, and so we want to make sure that people are responsible for their answers and how they communicate with folks. So we just want to make sure that things are, you know, accountable. How are we updating the site with new information and how often? Daily, weekly, monthly, depending upon what comes in and you know, what people are talking about. But we use everything from social media to newsletters to obviously, you know, just diving into the site itself. So we'll be updating the site daily. If not, at the worst case, probably every couple days. Going back to the courses, again, we've got we'll have 4 large courses per year, mini courses, somewhere between 12 to 15 is something that I think we can guarantee. Expert interviews, podcasts, webinars are things that we'll be looking at doing in the future as well. And yeah, and so if there's anything that you guys need, you can always email. Most people know how to get a hold of me, either Lance or info@readinglabacademy.com. Great question. Monetizing the rigging community. Do I think this is okay? Yes, I do. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. I've had numerous conversations with friends. I had a recent conversation with another friend of mine a couple days ago. Anything worth doing has a value put onto it. Anybody who wants to discuss something that should be for free, I'll be honest, doesn't quite understand the business of economics. It always takes money to make something happen. If you don't value information, we're probably not the best place for you in terms of getting, your rigging information. But monetization is something you have to have. It's just people don't do things for free. It takes money to do it. So you gotta monetize it. And in order to bring it to a global economy, it takes a ton of money. So, yes, I think it's okay. Mark, you ask, is there any way to mark or identify subject matter experts in the different fields? Yes. What we want to do is we want to tag experts, partners, and make sure that everyone knows when these experts are available and who's answering the questions. Yes. It's all about community and again, accountability. Tell about the Bell story. So one of the things that I've got a couple friends in Australia who had some work done, and well, I've got down in Australia. They had to move the Bell from one place to another in order to do some repairs on it. It's of historical nature. They had to be super careful about it. They didn't know what to do, so they called some friends down in Sydney area. They worked out and I don't remember if they flew somewhere or what, but they got it done. But the people in the historical association didn't know what to do or who to call. Somebody knew somebody, and eventually it got fixed and handled. That's the type of thing that we want to encourage. Locally here, we've got some entertainment guys out here who were trying to get some things done, and they had some friends who were doing something on the river. They were doing a film shoot. They didn't exactly know how to rig a system. We helped them out with that, And it was fun. It was free of charge. We didn't charge anybody for it, but it was good. We got it on film. We posted it a little bit in Facebook. And so the community, as it gets larger, you'll end up being 1 or 2 degrees away from your answer, your solution. And so that's going to be fun. So what other questions we have here?
We have somebody asking if anyone's here.
Is anyone here?
Which we are. We're live.
We're here. So while we're waiting for a couple more questions here, I want to let you guys know that Reading Lab Academy does go live on the 17th. Not sure what time, but probably early in the morning somewhere. And we'll be open for business. We're excited about that. Anybody who has already pre-purchased will be able to log in and start right away. So why didn't we launch in November? Well, I'll be honest, probably me. Trying to make sure that everything was in working order. I probably dropped the ball on a few things. We were waiting on a couple of web pieces to be recoded, a number of things. So my apology, I own it. We were hoping to get it done in early November. Obviously, we're a month and a half into it, so I own that. And my apologies to those who were hoping for a November release, and so forgive me for that. But I own that one. Question: How long have I been working on developing the membership, and what inspired you? I think what inspired me, and this goes all the way back to 2005. And still do have a great relationship with Reed Thorne. And the thing that I think I saw more than anything else was people who were learning something that puts them in a place of uncomfortability. They're learning as much as they can, and when they try to bring it home to teach others, they couldn't do it. It was just too much information. So in being able to put this into a video form was something that I wanted to do. I love talking with people. I love sharing my heart, but even more than that, I love hearing what people's passions are, what their dreams and hopes are, and I love being a part of making that stuff happen. So to me, our RLA is that bridge that takes me into other people's lives and other people's lives into somebody else's. And that really is my passion. It's the heart of what RLA is about. So it's what I choose to do for the next number of years. Chris asks, are there larger courses included in the membership fee, and is there any additional costs for these larger courses? 50% off on the large course. All mini courses are for free. So I hope that answered that. The next question here is larger memberships for fire departments or larger groups, not specifically one member, but used for a training rescue team and such. The soft answer is yes. We're not quite there yet. Contact me, let me know what you've got. I will do everything humanly possible to make that happen. So yes, we can figure something out. Next question. How much is entertainment rigging going to be included in the site? If I had my way about it, which, because it's my company, you're going to have a lot. do with it. There's two elements in rigging that I find hugely. I've got a huge, not just admiration, but it makes me excited about it, is entertainment and theatrics, as well as some of the recreational rigging that's going on out there. And so we're hoping to bring in at least one course here in the next 6 months, hopefully another, 2 or 3 after that. I've got some friends who have got some ideas for it. Again, I just want to put a plug. If anybody's out there who has the ability of putting some of this together, or has the ability to pull together material, give me a call or just contact me. We've got a production team that can make it happen. So if you're not seeing what you want, give us a call and we can make it happen for you. So unless there's any other questions, just give you guys a recap here. We're launching Thursday. Price is going to go up from the current $55 a year up to, I think, what are we looking at? $85 a year, and which is I think roughly $9.99 a month. But anyways, give me a call or give me an email at Lance or info@rigginglabacademy.com. And I want to thank you guys for being a part of this community hangout.
We're good.